We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Here. Ms. Lehman?
Here.
Ms. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Nally?
Here.
Mr. Price?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the organizational meeting and the regular meeting that were on January 12th, 2026, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Lehman?
Yes.
Mr. Nally?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. Moving on to legislative report.
Just a couple things. There's not a whole, we had talked in Finance Committee last week, plus I was doing a little bit of research, and there hasn't been a whole lot actively going on with the legislature yet. However, I did pull off, there was one bipartisan bill that talks about doing some limit the education choice expansion scholarships, and it talks a little bit about kind of the dollar range for families. It's House Bill 643, and it also deals with the area of inflation. What I thought was significant, and it repeats a lot of the things that we know are going on, what I found interesting is that it's a bipartisan bill, which tells me the ranks are being broke a little bit in terms of it's like it's not a hard voucher system, and a few of the people on both sides of the aisle are starting to look at what are the implications of what they have in place now. And what I would just encourage the rest of the board and public, there's with vouchers, just to keep following what's going on there. One of the things that you can do, all of us can do, and the public, is if you are a Facebook person, you can go to Vouchers Hurt Ohio and you receive the same information that we receive as board members via email. So it's just another way to follow what's going on there. The greatest concern, again, is that the legislature continues to kind of abandon the fair school funding, doing things that are abandoning the fair school funding plan. And hopefully that gets turned around a little bit. There's still major lawsuits going on in terms of the constitutionality of vouchers and that system. And I'm sure that that's, again, not a quick thing that's going to be determined, but it's ongoing. So just wanted to mention those few things that are actively going on. That's all I had.
Okay. Thanks, Don. No walk-on items tonight?
No, sir.
Moving on to the community aspect, if anyone would like to address the board, but I believe everybody in our audience are guests
That is
of
correct.
ours. So we'll move on to superintendent's report.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Mr. Price. First of all, this is our last meeting in January. We mentioned Board Member Appreciation Month as we celebrate the entire month. We talked a little bit about that at our first meeting in January. And I would just like to point out to all of you, you have some wonderful, very creative, very fun appreciation items in front of you. And I want to give full credit with full disclosure.
To me.
No.
Oh,
To my wonderful administrative assistant Gina Heinlein. She is definitely the creative and crafty one of the bunch, and she has really done some very fun things for you. So we very much, on behalf of the entire district, we very much appreciate all that you guys do. There's so much above and beyond and outside of sitting here, for an hour and a half twice a month. So very much appreciated. So enjoy some sweet treats. There you go. You can take those home and have those.
Just a real quick word of warning to the rest of the board. Josh Matz is here. So if he tends to walk towards the table, we take these and we put them down.
Yes. Yes.
Just to be on the safe side. I know caffeine
Mind
is
your
the first
goodies.
vice, but
Chocolate might be right behind there. Good call, Mr. Price. And that leads me, that's a perfect segue. As we've decided throughout this school calendar year, our second board meeting of the month is an opportunity for a work session for our board. So it's an opportunity for me to bring a piece of the district and share that at a little bit deeper level with not only you as our board members to keep you highly informed and engaged with our buildings and the work of our district, but also an opportunity to share with the members of our community who are watching. So this evening, I have asked Mr. Joshua Matz, who is the principal at Otis Elementary, one of our 4 elementary buildings in the district, to share a little bit of the working that takes place at Otis Elementary. We've had a couple different things on our schedule, so it's been a while since Mr. Anway was here representing Fremont Middle School back in, I think, October, and gave us a glimpse of what Fremont Middle School looks like in the day-to-day. So I'm very happy to welcome Mr. Matz with us, and he has a team with him that I will let him introduce, and he has some things to share with you. So thank you very much.
Just like elementary school.
Oh,
Take
geez.
one, pass her down.
We can follow those directions.
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having us out this evening on a cold and blustery. Will not stop us. We're glad to be here. Also, a special thanks to Mrs. Hurt. She promised me 90 uninterrupted minutes tonight, which I'm going to take full advantage of. But what I really want to make sure of is that the community and that the board is aware, and to celebrate a little bit too, a program that is happening at Otis Elementary in conjunction with the high school that was started by 3 amazing individuals. That is Jules Jordan, Abby Dosert, and then Mrs. Carrier, who is at the high school. And in all of this, the roots are simple. It is when there's a need, you address it. It's a hole, you fill it. There's a problem, you fix it. And whether it's all across education, you take pride in this, but we certainly do at Otis. If you find a need, you take actionable steps to address it. And what I can tell you is the 3 amazing people that I have mentioned certainly took some actionable steps to fill the hole, to address the need. And in doing so, created some partnerships between the high school and elementary, as well as, I think, inspired, not only this program, but inspired a whole bunch of kids. I think you're going to learn that they empowered our high school leaders, as well as some of our amazing little people. And in the bottom line to all this is that there's benefits. There's benefits not only for our kiddos, but there's also going to be some benefits from our high school kids as well. So with no further ado, I'll be done talking, and I'll really turn it over to the fabulous Mrs. Jordan so she can explain her program of the Rising Giants Mentoring.
Okay, I feel like he told you everything, so I'm good to go, right? I'm Juliana Jordan. I'm the school counselor at Otis, and I've been there for about 5 years now. Finally figuring out that I know how to do my job. It took 5 years, but I got there. And part of finally finding my position and knowing what to do, I've been able to branch out and start some new things. And like Mr. Mad said, fill some needs. So one of those needs came up in a student that we had in 2nd to 3rd grade, noticing his teachers noticed that he could probably use a bit of more support, a bit more mentoring, a bit of an older student to look up to. With that in mind, with some push for some teachers and from Mrs. Vela, I seeked out some partners over at the high school to see if they had anybody over there that would fit that role. And in doing so, was connected to the Mrs. Carrier over there, or the NHS supervisor. And when we kind of got talking, we said, why stop at one when we can do many? So we currently, let me start with our leaders first. So some of the leaders here in our RGM program is Mia, of course, and then Mrs. Doster is our school psychologist, and she's the one that keeps me sane as I plan these things and helps me get things ready. Mrs. Carrier, our high school partner, National Honor Society advisor, who helps coordinate the older students. Of course, special support from Mr. Matz and Mrs. Vela, who are always very enthusiastic and willing to help us get this program going. And our transportation team, of course, who helps bus our high schoolers over once a month. Our mentors are honestly just an incredible group of people with so much patience, such great leaders, athletes and scholars in our community that go to Ross and give up a lot of their time to go and talk to these students who really build these connections. And then our mentees, about 23rd through 5th grade Otis students who are very kind and intelligent, enthusiastic learners who are willing to grow and willing to make some connections, get outside of their comfort zone. So what do we do when we get together? So again, like this happens once a month. Before any meetings, both the students and the mentors fill out sub-interest forms so we can kind of understand what they're interested in, what their goals are, and hopefully match them up with the best students possible. And then when we do get together, we spend a lot of time communicating, a lot of time discussing what our goals are. That's kind of our first session, is a lot of downtime just sitting there and talking and getting to know one another. I have the pleasure of being part of the ACE mentoring program. I mentor a middle school over here. And a lot of that's kind of the adult figures out what you're going to talk about. You make those goals. It's very much do it yourself. And I love that about it. But when you're doing high schoolers and elementary kids, it's got to be a little bit more planned, a little bit more structured. So we always have some type of agenda, something that we're doing, and it's going to be focused around a skill that we're building, something that we are trying to teach these students and to help build these connections. So some of the skills that we teach are like teamwork, communication, confidence, goal setting, accountability, responsibility. A lot of these students struggle a little bit with social emotional issues. They also struggle with communication, trying to make friends. And a lot of that is discussed through the activities we do. And some of these activities include things from as simple as writing and drawing to last year we've done, we made a tower building activity using marshmallows and uncooked spaghetti. We've done a scavenger hunt throughout the school, which I think the high schoolers liked a lot more than our elementary students. We've also done crafts, we've done games and more. And we're currently working together to try and pull together some type of field trip that we can take all of them on. Okay. So why do we do it? The impact of this program has far exceeded whatever expectations that I had going into it. I constantly have students asking me, when's the next time we're going to see our mentors? When are we going to see them again? Is it this week? Is it next week? When are we going to see them? Because they're just connecting. They're making such good connections. They're making such great relationships. There's just something about having a role model to look up to that's not someone you see on TV or someone who plays sports, because that's not always attainable, but somebody in our community, someone that you can connect with. It's very powerful. So something that I keep in my little box of kudos is this Facebook post by a mom that Josh was nice enough to hand out to all of you, that she posted at graduation last year. She said that one of our mentee connections made this possible. I have to go back a couple pictures because this connection right here, you'll see a picture of him. This connection was special. Like they just clicked so well. They had such a good relationship, and they just laughed and smiled. Our high school student here dyed his hair blonde, and Roman could just not get over it. He was just like, don't even show it in the picture. Like, I don't want anybody to notice. So even some of our students who are just too cool for a lot of activities really connected with this program and really made some amazing connections with other students. So we do have one of our mentees here today, one of the most incredible kids I've ever met. So kind, so wonderful. Her name is Chloe. And it's okay that she's a little bit too nervous to come up here today, but she has given me permission to read to you some things that she has written. Is that okay? Do you want to stand with me while you read it?
I'll give you a candy bar.
That's like, okay, kiddo.
Right there.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll take that smile.
She says, hello, my name is Chloe and I am a 5th grader at Otis. My mentor's name is Sophia. And one thing I like about my mentor is she is kind and trustworthy. When we meet, we do things like play games and talk. My favorite part of Rising Giant Mentors is when we made snowman ornaments, and got to talk about our feelings. Being part of Rising Giants made me feel happy when we talk together, when we also play together, because we can get to know each other more, and I love doing this. Thank you for letting me share about a program that means a lot to me. Thank you for letting me join you guys. It makes me feel comfortable talking to you and my mentor. So connections like that mean so very much to me. Like that is 1000% why I do this job. So I am so happy she was brave enough to let me share her words today. But I just am so happy you guys got to hear some of the stuff that we do, because, you know, in your position, you don't hear the boots on the ground a whole lot of the times. And I feel so lucky that I'm in a district that can go out and do these types of programs. Like I have admin who are luckily just so amazing that let me do what I want because they know it's going to benefit the students. So I just want to thank you again for your time today. And thank you for any support coming forward from this program. All I have.
Any questions for Jules or Josh or Chloe? Any questions for them?
What I guess have there been any hurdles that you've had to overcome? How'd you do it? And maybe what's the future look like? What are maybe some goals or some things that you want to look forward to?
Great question. We've noticed that some kids just don't take to the mentoring. Like there's just been one or two that, you know, they think it's really cool at first, but then like it kind of fizzles out and they don't really want to participate. Luckily, we have a school full of kids who are very excited about it. So, you know, we have these discussions with these students. We urge them to keep trying it out. But when it's time, we let them part. We don't want to force them to do it because at that point, they're not getting any benefit. So then we do enter in new students. And there is a hurdle of, okay, well, now we have to get this new student in and they have to understand and now build that connection in a shorter amount of time. So we do have that hurdle. We also, having time to plan the activities and get all of the materials together and think of every little thing that could happen in half an hour. It takes a lot of stress and a lot of time, but, and every time it starts, I sweat like a pig because I just know, I don't know what it is. Like I planned it for everything, but gosh, I'm sweating like a pig. A little bit of an overshare. You're welcome.
You're not sweating right now at all, right?
Not at all. Not at all. But I have such a wonderful team that just knows me. And I think a couple of days, the bus didn't show up to pick up the students for one reason or another. And Josh knows me at this point, and he knows that how I overplan and overthink these things. And it's almost like he telling me that like a family member died, because he has to be like, hey, Jules, I got to tell you this. Bus didn't show up, because he knows like the tears are coming. But again, all hurdles that we've overcome, it's just made me stronger. It's made me more adaptable. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the future, I'd love to spread this program to the other elementary schools. You know, it's all about, do we have enough high school students? Do we have enough people to help coordinate this because it isn't a big undertaking. But I'm hoping if I create all of the plans and the lessons and I pioneer it, then maybe it's going to be easier to pass on, and then we can affect more people with it.
Nice. One of my most fun elementary school memories was involved like high school students coming to the school just to talk to us little, you know what I mean, elementary school kids. And I just thought that was the neatest thing. So to be able to spend like one-on-one time with them, or even in a group activity where it's just about you as the mentee instead of like our whole class was, you know, there. That's a really neat experience, and I'm glad that we get to have that in our district.
Thank you for saying that.
When do you guys usually meet?
It's somewhere in the middle of the month, usually on a Wednesday. With the snow days, this one got canceled this month, unfortunately. But next month we were hopeful to reschedule it. But it's usually during our fourth graders recess time and our fifth graders specials time. It is kind of hard to carve out a half an hour when multiple different grades are free, but we make it work. And the teachers are wonderful about adapting and allowing this to happen too.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of you for coming in this evening and providing us a glimpse into Otis Elementary and a very unique and worthwhile project that you guys have made part of your building plan, and keep that going. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for taking the time tonight to come and share with all of us a little bit
Thank you.
piece of that. All right. And like many of our groups and many of our pieces, we do always have that goal to get something started, pilot something, especially where it is authentic project and growth. But that's how our Men with Manners started. That's how our Girls with Goals started. So it's fun to see how things come up. So a very unique piece of one of our elementary buildings, and happy that they were able to share that and give you that glimpse. If you're okay, Mr. Price, I'll continue.
Yep. We'll move on.
Right. Let me take care of. All right. I would ask that your approval for beginning with item number 1. We have just one donation this evening. St. John's Lutheran Church has provided us with some hats, gloves, and scarves, of which we are very happy to have for our children.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve item 1, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nally. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Next on our agenda, we have some staff items, beginning with item number 2. We have a resignation of one of our Ross High School math teachers. Item number 3, we have some appointments of some certified staff, as well as some substitute staff, as well as some individuals who are joining us either in a new role in the district or new to us altogether. So we're very happy to have new team members in Fremont City Schools. Item number 4, we have some supplemental contracts for some spring coaching positions. Item number 5, the same. And item number 6, we just have a status change from an individual who used to be one of those split elementary secretary positions and is now moving into the main secretary position at Lutz Elementary. So wonderful always, I think, when we see our staff who are working hard in our district and then find opportunities to advance themselves.
And a graduate from Fremont.
Yes.
So, all right. Can I get a motion to approve items 2 through 6, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lehman. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Fantastic. And that is all I have for you this evening.
All right. Moving on to report of the treasurer.
Good evening. Let's see. Trying to wrap my brain around what's going on
with all the different cancellations and everything. Some items going on in my office right now. We are, as crazy as it sounds, getting ready to ramp up the month of January. Can't believe we're there. Happy to report W-2s are in buildings as of today. Notice went out to staff that they could go pick them up. Hopefully we will be in session tomorrow or Friday, and they can go pick them up. If not, they will be collected on Friday and then mailed out to individuals. There is also a digital option for staff as well that you can go to the ESS link for the district and get your copy there as well for your own record. So just a little update on our W-2s. They get printed for us in Sandusky, and they emailed last Friday and said, we're trying to get everybody's done due to the weather. And I called Friday afternoon and said, hey, where you at with getting them printed? Because they were individually mailing each district. And she goes, you do know you are like one of our biggest districts, right? I was like, yeah. She goes, we're getting there, but yours is going to take a little bit. I said, okay. So when they serve, I don't know how many different schools. Yeah.
35 plus, maybe.
Yeah. And we're one of their largest that they have to print W-2s for. So we always joke around that we're their favorite. We're not. So
Staff can pick those W-2s up, though. Those are in the buildings. And our admin, as well as our 12-month employees, are working, even though we have calamity days for students. So they have access to the buildings if they would choose to come in and pick those up.
Yep. Our fiscal 24 audit should be wrapped up. State auditors are coming in tomorrow to finalize some final details. And then we are also rolling on our fiscal 25. So hopefully that'll get smooth, no issues, no waiting on back and forth. And that one will get wrapped up quickly as well. So, and then for my December financials, just a couple quick highlights on that. Our lowest cash point of the year is January and December. Emphasis on the cash portion. That is money that we actually have on hand in our accounts. So when you see that cash balance on some of these reports, it starts looking a little bit low in December and January. That just has to do with our real estate collection times, which is one of our largest sources of revenue. So with those being in, we usually see those start. We did get one advance in January, but it was I don't want to say very small, but it was not as significant as what our total collection will be for the first half of the year. And then we'll see more in February, and then the final is done in March. So this is our little bit low time. We start having to move a little bit more money around in the accounts. But if you look at our bank statements, you will see that this is kind of getting to where it's those dollar amounts are less. But nothing to be worried about. Those revenues will pop back up in the next couple of months. The new financial forecast requirements mean that we have to submit a forecast in February without knowing what our final real estate collection is going to be. Just a little pointer. So
that's neat.
We always. I'm not going to give my opinion on that. So just something to be aware of when I go to present that. Normally we would have a lot more closer to the fiscal year end data for this year to make assumptions and base off calculations on. And this is going to be a lot earlier for us. So those numbers won't have that historical data for us. And then just a couple of things with our expenses. Salaries are up just over 2% for the first 6 months, which we expected, but just to kind of give you an idea with the rising costs of employment, kind of where it's supposed to be. Medical insurance is up a little bit. We just had a rate increase, so that kind of bumps that number up higher. We are just like everyone else. We are seeing an increase in our utility bills. Electricity is up 12% for us. So,
That's significant.
yeah.
On. Turn the lights off.
I was going to say, so if those lights in the back go off, we're just going to let them go.
School board meeting by candlelight. We'll
Yeah.
do it.
But, you know, a lot of technology-based stuff, and it takes a lot to run. We do participate in consortiums to keep the district in some lower-based rates, and so that we can get a little bit of relief from that. But we are seeing increases like everyone else.
In all of your, if you don't mind, real quick,
Yeah.
in all of your like professional memberships, discussion like that, similar across other districts, and
Everybody's like, did you? I mean, it's probably like anybody else. Have you seen your electric bill? Like my staff was having that about their own homes today, but that's when you go to meetings, everybody's like, did you see the electric bill? How much it's gone up? Everybody's feeling that. So
sometimes I think, I mean, we're our own district, but sometimes I think it's helpful for the public to know that it's
it's not just us.
not just us.
Yeah.
It's across the across the state. I'm sure across the country.
Oh yeah.
That-
I was gonna say that I think is more of a nationwide discussion piece that I've heard as well, along with the rising cost of insurance and salaries and all of that. Everybody is seeing, every industry, not just schools. Like
Certainly.
it's not just school districts seeing it; it's everybody.
Certainly. Yep.
So those are a couple of things I wanted to highlight about the financials. Nothing else really out of the ordinary for us. And then just a quick note that our the other item I have on tonight is for the middle school library. That is from they had gotten a donation and would like to spend those funds. So if we can move on to approvals, Mr. Price.
First one, item 7, just for the financial report. Can I get a motion to approve the financial report?
I'll move.
Motion by Mr. Nally. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion?
Just a comment that came up at our finance committee meeting, and that is that some of our bonds are coming up for the opportunity to refinance, and just commend our administrative staff and the entities that we work with, that they're looking at that, and that we'll see a benefit for our district and kind of in the long term on that. So just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, actually, thank you for bringing that up. I was going to mention something I forgot. Just for the rest of the board's information, I'm meeting with our bond underwriter on Friday, and she's going to kind of go over timeline. So I'm going to be sharing that out to you guys just for informational purposes. And then probably at either one of the board meetings in February, we'll have board approval on the agenda for refinancing those bonds. But just want to let you know that is going to be coming.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yeah.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. And then item 8, the appropriation for the middle school library. Could I get a motion to approve item 8, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lehman. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yeah.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. Moving on to board member communications. Lori.
Seems like it's been forever since we've been in here, and all the holidays have come and gone so quickly. Just want to thank St. John's for the gloves and the hats. There was a little discussion. Somebody had posted on Facebook from Clyde about, she was a bus driver, encouraging the parents to make sure the kids wear their coats and stuff on the bus because they get cold. What if the bus breaks down? And I put out there, I said, well, I know in Fremont we have coats that were donated
So kids should have coats, and I know we get hats and gloves, so I know that we can help supply that too. And if not, I'm sure that somebody could help them get that if they don't have it. And then with Juliana, that's pretty cool with the whole mentoring and all that. And I babysat her when she was in grade school. Her and her siblings. They used to come down to my house and then they'd go to school. They don't walk to school together. But it's neat to see her doing this now. After having seen her, I think she was like first or second grade or something like that. She was little. But yeah, it's just neat to see the kids grow up and now mentoring and helping other ones. And that's it.
Laura?
I don't have much. I just want to, again, I can't say again, tell Gina, you talked a little bit earlier how crafty and thoughtful and nicely put together your gifts was that you gave us. We greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate everything you do behind the scenes. I know there's way more that you do that we don't even know about, so we just really appreciate you, Gina.
She's our glue.
Yes. I think she's definitely the office's glue from what I see.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
We had a small glimpse at one time of what it would be like to not have Gina, and I think it almost all fell apart.
Probably. People like that are very important to have around.
Absolutely.
So you got to acknowledge them.
Yep. Good glue is a good way to phrase that. Claiming that is very true.
Okay.
All right. Sarah?
Just thank you to Ms. Jordan, Mr. Matz, and Chloe. Was it Chloe that came in to talk about the Rising Giants program? I mean, mentoring is one of the things that we can do as a district that is low cost, high impact. And I know I've said this before, there is plenty of data to support how important mentoring is in the lives of our students. So it's one of those things that it really is a gift to the district that we have multiple different mentoring opportunities throughout the district. Just kind of my shameless, like, I don't want to say plug, but attention grabber for our seniors. We are halfway through the school year. And before you know it, we won't be talking about snow and wind chills, but we'll be talking about last day of school and graduation. And that time is going to fly. And I've just had enough conversations this week with different parents about how do I apply for scholarships? What apprentice programs are out there, and what type of assistance is there for my senior for life after high school? So I'm like, well, I'm going to do some research. So I looked on our lovely, nice new website and got to the Fremont Ross High School page, if you will. And if you go under student support and then school counseling, there are just resources right there at your fingertips. If you are one of those people who likes to research on your own and at home and get some information first before you have a conversation, plenty of things, whether you're a college-bound kiddo or you're entering the workforce, career assessments and different types of things regarding financial aid and scholarships and all of those things are right at your fingertips. I would also encourage any senior student and parent to get to the school and talk to, the senior guidance counselor, make an appointment, do whatever, you feel is necessary to advocate for your kiddo. So they're not living with you for the rest of their lives. No, but in all seriousness, there are resources out there, to help apply for every scholarship, even if you don't qualify, because you just never know how those things end up. So seniors, let's get after it. And then just lastly, these are hard times right now. We just talked about our own electric bill, but everybody's electric bill is high and the snow is piled up. So just encourage everybody to be kind to your neighbors, help when you can, be a helping hand to somebody, and especially our kiddos. Kids sometimes feel like they have limited opportunities to help, and there's just plenty of things that they can do to be helpful. That's all.
If I could just jump in real quick, just Ms. Lewis, if I could just piggyback with something that you said. I know sometimes parents will say to me, well, it's hard for me just to call the school because I don't even know who I'm asking for. So I would very comfortably like to use Caitlin Snowberger, Miss Snowberger's name, as our senior counselor. She is definitely the place to start at Ross High School for those kinds of pieces. And I think that should make all of our parents and our families feel a little comfortable to have that name in hand. It definitely is the starting point. She may be able to direct you otherwise to Mr. Walker might be the contact, or maybe it's Mr. Norris, but at least you have a starting point at the Ross High School. And I think that's important.
Perfect.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Don?
Just want to mention, I had the opportunity to attend the Martin Luther King Day event sponsored by the Fremont NAACP, and it was very impressive. Largely, it was a nice program, but largely having our students from the Fremont schools involved in making a few presentations. The young lady, Samaria, played some music for the group, and it was just a very nice event, and just would encourage people to, because we get off that day, in the future, really think about attending an event. It's not strictly Martin Luther King. It's a community event, and it brings people together. Earlier this week, I think we had the board here. We received superintendent and treasurer evaluation forms. Just would encourage you to get those filled out within the next couple of weeks. Again, like we talked in the past, contrary to what was written on email, that we want to start and continue to do that on an annual basis. That way, when it comes up with, one, it's good to do that evaluation annually, but two, when we come up on contract renewals, we want to have that information done in the beginning of the year. December, January. So just would encourage you to get those turned back in, and then we'll report back next month just to the community, just to kind of give that they were good evaluations or they weren't. But we know the hard work that our administrative superintendent and treasurer have been putting in. I think we have a pretty good handle on our day-to-day operations of our district. The final thing is just stay inside and stay warm. That's all I had.
Thanks. For me, thanks to our guest from Otis. Great program. It's a great way for students to help students, and we can't get better than that. Sometimes adults can't help them, so kids helping kids is always a great thing to have. So thank you for coming in on this day off for most and cold out there and everything else. So I know it's weird at school, all the changes and the snow days and who are we having school? Aren't we having school? So it's up in the air. I know it's hectic for everybody involved. So keep getting through it. Next week it's in the 20s, so we should be good to go.
Heat wave.
Yeah, and then also just thank you to all the staff who are working when students and teachers are not working. All the parking lots had to get plowed. All the sidewalks had to get shoveled. There were practices. There were still things going on at schools. We had a board meeting here. So we got to come into a clean parking lot. That was quite a bit of snow. So thanks to all those that are out there getting that stuff done for everybody when they come in. So
Good call, Mr. Price.
Absolutely.
Good
Tom,
call.
anything special going on with any of the sports teams right now?
we have some wrestling tournaments coming up. There's a basketball game tonight, I believe.
Our boys basketball.
Boys basketball.
We've rescheduled it. I believe tonight might be like the third time, but they're playing against Bowling Green
Yes.
as we speak.
Okay.
Yep.
So, couple big wrestling tournaments. Boys are going to Akron. Girls are going to Iron Maiden, which is down in Bell Fountain. So, weather needs to stay away. It's going to be cold, but as long as that's just it, we're okay.
Swim meet this weekend.
Swim meet
big
this
swim
weekend.
meet.
That's right. Yeah, big one here at home. So if you're looking for something to do, the natatorium, I guarantee you, is always warm.
Sure is.
So if you want a Saturday in the warmth, it'll be going on, and you can watch some great swimming right here in Fremont. So
Thanks.
with that, I'm going to make a motion to move into executive session under item J. If I could have a second for that motion, please.
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? The only thing I will say to the public is there will be no business taken after we come out of executive session. We'll adjourn immediately, so there's no new business afterwards when we come out from that. So with that, roll call, please.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
Motion's approved. We are now in executive session.